Hello, everyone, once again, and welcome back to another match of the week. And this week's was by request. And this week's was by request of Skylar, who I don't even know if I'm recording right now. I hope I am. Here we go. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to make sure that I was still being heard. And I believe that things are fine, so long as everything is still going this way. Let's double check though, just to make sure, because sometimes the audio does not catch. It'll like change for some reason when I switch the HDMI on and off, but I believe so. If somebody could just reaffirm that you can hear what I am saying, that would be great. Anyway, we've got a great match of the week this week. This was at Skylar Greenberg's request of my illustrious co-host, the man of the hour, the man with power, too sweet to be sour, the Bay Area Brawler, Skylar Greenberg. That's the one. You know him. I know him. He suggested this based on what we had last week on the Core Martial podcast, which was my Birthday Bonanza, where we discussed MVP versus Triple H in June 29th of 2009. Now, if I recall this correctly, this was part of a tournament to determine the number one contender for the, I believe, WWE Championship on Monday Night Raw. This was the early days of Michael Cole and King teaming together as a tag team. So this is going to be an interesting one to see. I think I have never seen MVP take on Triple H. I don't think they've wrestled, I think, twice that I can recall, and one of those times was on SmackDown either that year or it must have been that year. It must have been 2009. But in any case, we've got a very interesting matchup to take place here. I'm very excited to get this going. I'm going to switch this out real quick just to make sure that we are A-okay. And now we're going to put this in. So we are going to be watching. Now, the video, for those of you who are not with the program, I have already posted in the live chat the link, but I will do it once again. So hopefully you will be able to get it. Now, for once, this is actually not from WWE's main channel. So we've got a shot here of not getting ads. So I'm hoping, beyond all hope, that we can actually have this happen. So the name of the video, if you can't access for whatever reason the live chat, or you have not looked down in the description, because I've actually also put it in the description in case you're watching this after the fact, which most people do. So don't worry, fear not. I've been looking for you guys too. That's down there in the description as well. Here we go. The name of the video is WWE Raw 6/29/09, Triple H versus MVP. The name of the YouTube channel is Stegaru, Stegaru 96. We're going to be starting this at 000. What I am seeing is Michael Cole's face, who is, and you know what, I'm just going to refresh this, which probably means I'm going to get an ad. Oh, no, they actually are going to get us, they're going to actually start this. All right, hold on. Okay. 000. Here we are. And this is going to be an interesting watch. MVP, of course, if you want to hear my analysis of MVP, mine and Sky's, you can go back to the Core Martial podcast, the last episode. This week, on Friday, we're going to be doing the AEW Revolution review. And trust me, you are not going to want to miss that. There is going to be a debut of sorts, to take place on this week's edition of the Core Martial podcast, as well as Skylar and I breaking down the good, the bad, and the downright horrific from AEW Revolution. And boy, there was a lot of most of that. And then we've got this match, of course, with Triple H and MVP. We're doing the AEW Revolution. And next week, we've got the next edition of Season 2, Episode 2, ACPW versus NWL. Of course, that is our fantasy leagues that we are continuing to book through and make decisions for, and we've got a lot of action-packed things going on there. So stay tuned for that as well. So here we go. We are all set up. Hopefully everybody is ready to go here, and we will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And I've said it before, and I say it again. Michael Cole and King just do not have good chemistry together. They really don't. And the resolution on this is not that great either. But this is definitely going to be interesting. This is the semifinals of the Night of Champions tournament. Yeah, so this was a 4-person tournament. Yeah, so I was right. All right, and we're going right into it. Here comes Triple H. All right, so this is a long... So a lot of this is just going to be Michael Cole and JR. And I keep wanting to call him JR. Michael Cole and King. This is this is not going to be a very long match, I don't think. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be. It's a Raw match. And, you know, we've done a lot of long matches recently, so it's nice to tone this down a little bit. Even though the pixels are not terrific. I also thought that when Triple H's Tron became just the green, it lost a little bit for me. I kind of like his old, as far as his Tron goes, I liked his old Tron more than I liked any of his Trons from 2009 on. But that's just me. You know, every time that Triple H spits this water, I think about Rob Van Dam taking the piss out of Triple H spitting that water. From their feud in 2002. I know that was like such a random feud and it only lasted one pay-per-view because then they had Van Dam and Ric Flair because Flair did the sledgehammer to RVD to help Triple H win the World Heavyweight Championship. And, oh, yeah, Triple H and MVP versus and The Miz and John Cena. Yeah. Right. The Miz. And little did we know that it would not be very long after this that The Miz himself would be champion. God, these graphics are so bad. This has got to be 240, right? Oh, yeah. That's as fast as it is. It's 240. All right. He's coming. Kind of sounds like the crowd did not really care for MVP at this time. Which is sad because I really like MVP. Now, this should be a real interesting match here, I think. But, of course, Triple H is the MVP. Oh, yeah, MVP going to the BET Awards. MVP, you know, this is interesting because this is really like such a clash of styles. But he started in, 2001 did MVP? So he's got 8 years in the biz. And so he definitely knows what he's doing. Triple H, obviously, at this point is a pretty big veteran. But this is not a pair of guys you would think about, you know, wrestling each other. Oh, God. Oh, and Triple H has got a quad injury. what a surprise. And everyone makes Kevin Nash jokes, but Triple H has just as many quad jokes, I think.
The leg is just one of them. Leg attacked. Randy Orton last night, it looks like MVP is focusing the attack there.
Yeah, MVP going right towards that injured leg. Makes sense. They didn't really mention that Triple H's leg was injured during his entrance, which I think that would have been valuable information. I mean, they immediately addressed it once the match started, but.
Soft spot, so to speak, was about trying to get an opportunity at the WWE Championship.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Cole and King just do not have a chemistry and commentary together.
This time Triple H is down. MVP continues the assault and the attack.
I wonder if JR and King still talk to each other. I would hope so. Can you imagine if the King turns to AEW? If they put JR, King, and Excalibur on commentary, and Tony Schiavone, oh my God. And now MVP with a figure 4. Okay. You can tell this match was not going to go very long because they're going to fix stuff like this. But I like the fact that MVP has put in a figure 4. And the thing is, MVP isn't really a heel here either. And neither has it been, and neither is Triple H. So this is like a weird dynamic where they put a babyface and babyface against each other, and then in the next thing they'd have John Cena, who was basically getting booed anyway, and The Miz, who was definitely getting booed anyway. I mean, I like the pairing of Triple H and MVP, don't get me wrong. And I'm going for another figure 4. And we go for the pegadry. MVP doing a really good job of making sure that the leg still feels important. Even throughout all this, I was going to do his thing. He's going to do the hoppity pop. But, and of course, this is a Raw match, so it's not going to be the long and drawn out one. But they're still doing a good job here. It's a little slower count. But I like the slower count. Oh, went for that big boot. That MVP boot. Uh-oh. Could have cost him. Pedigree? Oh, no. Doesn't this ends somehow. I forgot it ends where like both men get either counted out or whatever the case. There's that kick. If only MVP could have actually won this match. But no. Not today. Not with Triple H. No. Don't do that with Triple H. You don't just get a surprise clean win over Triple H. Unless you're Curtis Axel. Oh, there's the pedigree. Yeah, he did it, right? Yeah, Triple H won. I thought Triple H won. Yeah, there's no double DQ or count out. No. Not with Triple H. Not today. Oh, but you know what? Triple H in 2009, he was all right. It's all right. He just wasn't what fans wanted to see end the show, especially after Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, which we've reviewed on this show, 25. I think a lot of people were still felt like Triple H was overstaying his welcome in the title picture at this time. It wasn't Reign of Terror bad, but like I think a lot of people were feeling like he was overstaying his welcome a little bit. But it is what it is. And I think MVP, at this point, I think MVP also needed to kind of leave and do his own thing, which is also good because the rest of his career we mentioned was as good as it was, and it went without saying. We've already mentioned that on the Birthday Bonanza. So, and that's pretty much it. That's we did a quick one this time, folks. We did a real quick one this time because we wanted to do one that by Skies, because honestly, for a Raw match, not bad. They focused on Triple H's leg. It told a good story. The fact that Triple H came back and won. I just wish that we had actually had a heel and a babyface. But that's WWE's kind of head-scratching booking in 2009, then especially into 2011, which, you know, with the whole heel turn. And that's really when I started to phase myself out of wrestling before I came back in like 2014, 2015. And the emergence of the network, which, by the way, this is your reminder to go subscribe to Peacock. If you are caring about watching the WWE pay-per-views, we have to do it. I have to do it because I'm providing quality entertainment to all of you. But if you want to do it, that is up to you. But I'm going to do it to make sure that we can give the reviews, whether they're good, the bad, and the downright ugly. You will hear it here first at the Core Marshall Podcast. That is going to do it for this week. I am your Colonial Champion, Sean McCarty, and we will see you next time. And on Friday, AEW Revolution Review. See you then.